Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff to get this game underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Wide receiver going in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. There he goes. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
The Bulldogs lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. He'll take it himself. And I don't think he got it. The defense stands tall on 3rd and inches. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. All the way back to the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give from the gun. And they'll start the night with a rush and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. This rivalry might not be as bitter for Alabama as the ones against Auburn or Tennessee, or for Georgia, the ones against Florida or Georgia Tech. But when Alabama and Georgia have met over the past decade or so, no matchup has been more impactful across the SEC or college football.
Oh, there's no doubt. Georgia's had a Bama problem. I mean, they've kind of had...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
Now a lot of of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Now rolling to the left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. He makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help him the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a 1st down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground, it's Young. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He wants to change this route. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Looking for a deep man. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia.
Coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Russell. Got it in the middle, it's Hale. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Give to the running back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete on third down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up fourth down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Using his legs, it's Frazier. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Turning it on! Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Using the quick game. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He's going to run it. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Grabbed over the middle. It's Branch. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
It's reverse. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to... Earn the call. The offense fortunate to still have the ball, but also facing a big third down. Motion from the wideout. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here. You go to halftime feeling really good about things. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll run the toss. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Another tough run for this offense. And I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They feed him again. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going for the offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough on the attack.
Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Caught near the sticks. It's Horton. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Lets it fly. Complete to the left. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. He'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. The Dogs in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Stockton. Got it set up on the outside. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
It's a nice play call there. You've got two-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The play action fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Yeah, big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
Quarterback making checks. Got a little space. It's a running room. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wants to go up top. Man, the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on first down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Looking for blockers. And the returner will be knocked down. This drive will open from the 15. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass, it's Russell. Oh, they're after him! And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure.
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
This will make the offensive coordinator's life easier, taking over first and goal at the 1. Trying to pound it in. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Wants to adjust the pattern. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
He'll call for the fair catch here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. And as he throws. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. I think at this point you might as well try to throw the ball down the field because this dog defense is not giving an inch.
They don't give an inch. They hunt the whole entire game, and they're all highly recruited.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And How about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Young. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
With the catch, it's Branch.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Let's go! Smart move to keep it on the ground. Runs through a tackle. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
It's 1st down from the 11. Right back to the well. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Motion from the wideout. They'll run play action. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
With that last touchdown, looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Well, he might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Russell. Makes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. Use the play fake, now to throw. Extending the play. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And this is just one of those. And where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
That's caught. It's Horton.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. From the gun, running back on the move. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Looking downfield, it's Simpson. He lets one fly deep. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
They want to throw it. Dances away. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you can tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground, but this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Now on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just, they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Looking downfield, it's Simpson. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
One more play to pad the stats. That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they...